Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. What's up?
So this week is our Mind, Body, Soul series episode for kind of like the month. We haven't done one in a while since we've kind of been at the studio. We haven't really done one, but I know that usually when we do this whole Mind, Body, Soul series, we have like a guest who kind of is a specialist, quote unquote, I guess, on a certain area of like mind, body, soul. And this week we don't have one, so we thought we'd like change it up a bit.
I'm down.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is go into deep questions.
Because we're just jumping right into it. No weekly updates because I don't have
no weekly updates other than we went to a strip club this weekend. Like, like me and Fran just randomly just went to a strip club.
Sam's first time.
And it was my first time there.
She was like a kid, like a kid. She was like, "Oh my god, you seen that?" I was like, "Yes, Sam. It's a strip club. This is what happens here." She's like, "Oh my god." She was like in disbelief.
I was just in disbelief because like
I feel like we always talk about strip clubs in this podcast.
I know, like I don't know. I was just gonna say that. I just feel like this is a constant theme, but I don't want to sound ignorant and just fucking stupid. But like, I mean, people are gonna come at me, but anyways, they're actually like good at dancing. Like they actually have like talent on these poles, like hanging from them.
Except for that one girl, she was just walking back, like she was literally just taking a stroll back.
Some of them. One girl was just like walking. She was like this. She was like,
she's like a sim character. She was just like walking.
No. What's that video game where they're like what
Sim.
the fuck? No, it's not Sims.
Oh, Call of Duty or GTA.
Is it where they're like
the stripper?
They're
GTA
like
strippers.
They're like this. They're like moving like this.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she was doing. She was just walking around. She was like grabbing onto the pole. She was like, I'm like,
I mean, we're not one to judge because I'd probably go up there and be like, what's up? Like I would.
Anyways, I was astonished because they were actually really fucking good. So I was like, okay, like wow, what the fuck? I'm shook. But anyways, yeah, I don't want to get too into that. We want to get into some like deep questions and like actually talk about them for this like Mind, Body, Soul series. And I kind of like came up with this like, it's not really an extravagant idea, but like this idea for Mind, Body, Soul because I was talking with Roman the other day and it was just like a simple conversation. Like it was just a regular conversation. And he asked me a really just like random question. And after he asked me that question, it kind of like made me think deeply like about it. And I was just like, whoa, like this is why I am the way I am.
Okay, what question was that?
He was like, we were just talking about shit, and he's like, what's something that like you did for a long time that you just like don't do anymore? Like I don't even know why that came up, but I was like, oh, like dance, I guess. Like when I was like when I talk to people now and like people who meet me now, that never comes up in my life. Like, oh, I used to dance for 15 years of my life. Like that's not something that ever comes up in my life. So I was like, oh, I guess like dance. Like I danced from when I was like 3 to 17, I think. And he was like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, wait, like why is that like not significant? Like that's more than half my life. If I'm 25, that's more than half my life.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You know, like why is that just not something that I think about?
Or there's no occurrences in your life now where it's like, oh, I used to dance, by the way. Like you don't really bring it up.
I don't think that's it. This is what I mean. Like I started kind of like deep diving and I'm like, what the fuck? And this is gonna sound so weird. And every time we talk about shit on this podcast that like people might hear that like we used to associate with or knew us back in the day when we used to do certain things, I'm always scared they're going to be like, what the fuck? Like that's weird for you to say, but I don't really care anymore. I think the reason why I don't talk about the fact that
you're going to say what you said downstairs.
Yeah. My sister laughed at me last night, but like low key, it was kind of like a bullying environment. Like, I feel really stupid and weird saying this, but low-key, I think I used to get bullied a bit. Like, I'm not even trying to be like, boo-hoo. Like, and I never would have ever said that before. But when Roman asked me that, I was like, why does this kind of make me sad? Like, why, like, when I think about dance and, like, just things that I did in my childhood for 15 years, do I feel, like, sad. Like I feel this weird feeling, and like I always felt like I was a failure because I was never the best. Like I was never like bringing home the gold. Like it was competitive dance.
To be fair, though, dance is like a very like, you know, it's like Dance Moms. I mean, the place that we were at wasn't like that extent. But dance is like, it's either you're cool and you dance, or like you're just like a loser, but you're in the back. Like I never bring up dance ever, because first of all, I was not very good at it. Like I'm not flexible, and I'm long and lanky, and I just looked weird on stage all the time, and like I just couldn't do shit that like other ballerinas can do, and like whatever. I was just whatever. I wasn't the best at it, and I was always at the back, like all the time. I was never at the front. It was always the same people at the front.
And it's not anything towards those people. It was just like how, I don't know. Anyways, the point is, I was like, that's kind of weird that like such a simple question could like make you feel a certain way. So like I thought, you know what, for this Mind, Body, Soul series, let's ask some questions and see if we can kind of like connect it to like why we are the way we are.
Deep dive.
Okay. Question number 1.
I'm scared.
Why?
I don't know. Vulnerable right now. It's like 11:30 at night, you know?
Okay. What lies do you most often tell yourself? And like think about it in the sense like,
but see these questions, like I'm gonna pause for so long, and then it's gonna be like, just because I have to actually think about these questions. What lies do I...
Just so everyone knows, Fran had a glimpse at these questions earlier, and I
still don't know. What lies do I often tell myself?
Like something that you reassure to yourself to make yourself kind of feel better.
Okay, if it's not a lie, I was thinking about this, and me and Sam were talking about this too. I don't know if this is like the right answer to this question.
There's no right answer.
But a lie that I tell myself is that like everything in life is permanent. Like nothing is temporary, nothing changes. So this can go like 2 ways. So if I'm in like a negative I guess it's good and bad, I don't know. If I'm in like a negative headspace or a negative situation, or like with a negative person at that time, like I think it's, how do I explain this? Okay, I'm gonna switch this. What did I say again? That nothing is permanent.
Yeah.
I said that. Okay. So for example, I'm gonna get morbid here. Death. I'm very scared of the topic of death. Like I don't remember if you know that Disney star who died, Cameron something.
Yeah.
Since he died, he was like 19. He died in his sleep.
He was on that show. What the fuck was
Jesse or something.
Oh yeah, like hey Jesse.
Jesse, whatever. He died. He was my age, and like as a seizure in his sleep, like randomly. And ever since then, I was like that's fucked. Like this guy was my age, and he just randomly died. Like so, ever since then, I went through a really bad like anxiety period where like I would think of death, and like I would actually give myself anxiety and get scared. So I guess a lie that I tell myself is that like this is gonna get so deep and dark. I like feel weird.
It's fine.
I feel like
that never happens here, so it's fine.
I feel like I never talk about this shit. I just feel like I always think to myself that like my family and friends will never die. And that like I don't have to think about them dying. Like my Nino will be like, oh, you know when I die? I'm like, no, you're not gonna die. Like don't say that. Like, but I'll actually think that like he's never gonna. I guess it's so stupid. People are gonna be like, yo, you're like 23 years old and you don't think death is real.
Because think about it this way: we're grateful enough to not have had, knock on wood, someone
just gonna
super
say that.
Close. Like, there's obviously been death in the family, but no one that has been super close to us. And if it has been, like, we were really young. Like,
yeah,
we were
I feel like
young.
people who like haven't had something happen to their family or friends can kind of relate, because it's kind of like you don't know. I mean, they're all you know right now, but I feel like when it does happen, it's gonna hit me extra hard, and like I'm gonna be a fucking train wreck because I've been programming my brain to be like, yeah, it's never gonna happen, so you don't even have to think about it. So I guess that's a lie. That was kind of like really, really deep.
No, but that was actually pretty good. I was probably gonna say something along the same line, so we'll go next one.
What? That's not fair.
I was honestly just gonna say something along the same
fine.
lines. Okay, what do you hope to grow out of?
You can answer that first.
Okay. I was thinking about this, and also because someone told me this the other day, but I hope that I grow out of, and I've talked about this before, but trying to be like literally perfect at everything. Mm-hmm. Because like I was just saying, the whole dance thing, I was honestly reflecting on this the other day, and I never literally sit on and reflect on my life, but everything that I've tried or attempted in my life, I've always tried to be perfect at, and because you can't be perfect at anything, like I felt like I failed it and I would move on. Like, for example, like sports in school and high school. Like, I played rugby. I tell people I played rugby and they're like, you played rugby? I'm like, yeah, I played rugby. But like, if I were to tell somebody or talk to somebody who was actually on the rugby team, I would be embarrassed because they'd be like you weren't even that, like you weren't that good. Like you weren't like the best.
Yeah, that's also imposter syndrome, which we talked about before.
But you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like if you could go up to
I
someone
get what you
now,
mean because like I get that with soccer. Like, yeah, I get what you mean.
But it's kind of different because you play soccer like on a provincial league.
I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about like other people who may not get like playing time or who feel like they're not significant like on the team.
She's like, not me. I'm fucking good.
Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like whatever.
Yeah, so I feel like that's something that I would want to grow out of, and I feel like a lot of people can resonate with that because like you honestly can't be perfect at everything. It's like impossible. How about you?
Can we do alternating questions? Because I feel like I can't talk
what you're saying, and then I'm just gonna like. Okay, what belief do you have that most people disagree with?
Okay, I have to say what we said last week, but we didn't talk about. I'm just gonna say
guys.
I'm not doing a whole episode about it, but I'm gonna talk about the vaccine for like 5 seconds because I don't want to like piss people off. What beliefs do you have that most people disagree with? Yeah, this like vaccine thing. I'm not gonna say more than that. I just want to say like it's a vaccine thing.
You can expand a little bit without getting too political.
Without getting too political, I just don't agree with the vaccine passport. I'm not anti-vax because I have my vaccinations. Even if I didn't have them, like I'm not anti-vax. I'm saying it 5 times because like I don't want people to fucking come for me. But I just don't agree with. I don't really agree with the measures or like the logic behind the vaccine passports when one can still spread COVID with the vaccine. That's just my spiel in a nutshell.
I want to point out that I saw something on social media today. Not that you should believe everything on social media, but the Canadian Armed Forces. Did you see that?
No.
Okay, let me read something. Again, I'm just reading what the fuck's out there. I'm not saying that it's true. Hold on. Stand by.
Get some flow water.
Sponsor us, flow water. Okay. The National Post put this out. Military leaders saw pandemic as a unique opportunity to test propaganda techniques on Canadians, the Forces report says.
Sorry, who put this out?
So the armed forces, the National Post put this out, but this came from the Canadian Armed Forces, said military leaders saw pandemic as a unique opportunity to test propaganda techniques on Canadians.
Okay, yeah. So it's kind of going off what I said.
I'm just going to leave that there. Food for thought. That's it. What belief do you have that most people disagree with? That's what you're going to say?
Yeah, I said that.
Okay. What dumb thing did you believe for a really long time? Okay.
Oh, I'm going to get deep again. I don't know if I can do it.
Just do it. I was going to say something.
What dumb thing did you believe for a really long time? I want to say something with marriage, but like I don't know how to word it.
Okay.
I think the dumb thing that I believed for a long time was something, I don't know how to word this, but just that like that marriage like lasts forever. That's going to sound so stupid. And maybe I'll preface it a little bit. I'm not going to preface it a lot. I feel like you know what I'm going to say. Just because our parents are separated now and like before the thought of them being separated was like never a thing that would occur to us. So we always saw like, you know, everyone in our family is like together. So we always saw like, you know, marriage being together.
But I also want to point out that like everyone in our family was together, but you can tell when people
obviously
are happily or not happily together.
Yeah, obviously. So you
just have this dumb kind of belief like, oh, like you grow up a certain way and you're like, oh, like marriage is a fucking marriage. Like you don't, no matter even if you're not happy, like you just
that's how we saw it, because also we're like Italian, so it's kind of like even if you're unhappy, like even if the dumbest shit happened or the stupidest shit happened, you push through it. Especially as a woman, I feel like you just don't leave like your husband. Like it's not a thing to do. I feel like now that's just like I've have weird, not just because my parents are separated, just growing up in general and like seeing social media and shit and like even just like not rappers in general, but like celebrities like cheating on people, like just a lot of like cheating allegations. I don't know. I just have like a weird belief of like marriage now that it's not. It's not like, I feel like it was just so like, because we're Catholic too, it's just something you had to do in a certain way, traditional way, because like we're Catholic. You know what I mean? Or religion. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
No, I agree, because that's honestly how I thought too. And as you get older, I also feel like you start thinking like, you actually like start thinking about what it would feel like if you were married, and you're kind of like, whoa.
I saw a TikTok where it was like, when you become a mom and you realize like you're gonna be a mom forever, like
that's kind of fun.
it's just scary. Like you have no, like your whole life is to take care of like another.
Don't you feel bad for our mom now?
Like, yeah, kind of, but I don't know. That's my thing. That's my whole.
For me,
I'm sorry, even to just to cut you off. And we spoke this before about the whole concept of like, let's just say engagement rings, or like having a honeymoon, or like having fucking 12 bridesmaids beside you. Like, it's just such like a traditional constructed thing. I don't know.
It's a social construct.
Yeah.
Like, not to get all fucking philosophical on you guys, but it is a social construct. And I'm so excited. Like, so many of my friends are getting married now, and it's so exciting to me. But, like, it's also, like...
It's just weird, too. Those people you went to elementary school with, like, and you're now married, like...
It's actually really exciting.
Just weird. It's exciting, but it's also just scary, because it's like, hey, this is real life now. Like, people are fucking getting married. I mean, not my age.
Listen, we can have a whole other episode on that, because that's just like a whole nother part of adulting that you have to deal with, and you're like, you have to like come to terms with like, but that's the thing, like, do you? I'm not saying for myself, but like, there's so many people that I feel like they need to come to terms with like, oh yeah, I need to get married and like have kids now. Like, do you though?
Well, if they want to, then you.
My mom was like love my mom, but the other day she was like, hey, so like what the fuck's happening? I'm like, Mom.
Like, but what? You have to give context.
Oh, sorry. I'm like,
she like doesn't like saying the word. Like,
no. She was like, what the fuck's happening? Like, when you gonna have kids? Like, when I'm like, Mom, I'm still like 18 in my own head. Like, I actually like am still a kid. I can barely fucking like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Like, my room, you guys should see what my room looks like. It looks like a 15-year-old's room. Like, I'm not joking. There's posters on the wall. I still have the same bed frame from when we moved in like 2006. I'm actually not joking. I mean, I'm gonna send a picture and we're gonna put it right here of my bed frame. It literally is a canopy bed still. And yeah, anyways, point is like, you start to like think about all those things like kids and all that stuff. Like when you're in your like 20s, mid 20s, and you're like, holy fuck, like I'm still a kid.
So I told my mom I wanted to get married when I was like 30. She's like, so old. I was like, it's not old though. Like to you, it's old because like they were raised by like, you have to get married by 24, 25. Like I'm 24 in 2 years, and that's like not a thought going through my head.
That is not feasible. Sorry.
Not happening.
Okay. What seemed normal in your family when you were growing up, but seems weird now? Okay, I have like kind of a funny answer. And then
you can
like,
go because I have no fucking clue.
I thought it was normal to play American Idol.
Oh, I thought we were being deep. American Idol.
Yeah, we can go deep too. But
we didn't play American Idol.
We didn't play American Idol in the back of the car.
Like with mom and dad too?
And have mom and dad judge our singing.
Oh my god, we did fucking do that.
We like, I thought that everyone did that, and like,
or like spelling bees. Do people do
like,
that?
Did no one play
my dad was
games?
Like, my dad was like, spell metamorphosis.
No,
and me saying like METAMPHORFIS.
No, I know it like this because my dad used to get like, he used to be like, spell
metamorphosis,
photosynthesis, metamorphosis, and I was like METAMOR
Do it right now. Do it. PHOTOM
what?
PHOTOC. No, I don't know how to fucking spell it anymore. But yeah.
No, mine was metamorphosis. Mine was like METAMOR. He'd be like, spell supercalifragilistic, blah, blah, blah. I thought that was like a normal thing that everyone did.
Oh my god, I remember American Idol, and I used to get fucking cheese because Sam would always win because I have a deep voice. So when I sang, I'll do it for you right now. What song should I sing? I'll do my two voices I used to do because I used to change my voice because Sam would always fucking win.
What's the right now?
Yeah, I'll do my first one. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say it anymore.
No.
No, I'm scared. No, I'm embarrassed.
No, do the Christmas one.
Last Christmas. Anyway, so I used to soften my voice because Sam has like a lighter voice than me, and she would always fucking win. But
I thought that was a normal thing. People playing American Idol in the back of the car, but I guess not. Like,
is this a normal thing? This is not really a family thing, but for sisters, we used to rate each other's cartoon drawings. The back of the Honda Civic, we used to draw fucking people, like random people, and name them, and then Sam would have to rate like she always gave me a fucking 2 or like 3 on my ratings, and I gave her like a 10. Do you remember those?
Another thing that I thought was normal was that a lot of my friends actually didn't do was like watching like shows every night, like on Monday nights. Like, remember our parents used to make us sit on the couch. Like, they would be like,
I remember,
come sit down and watch American Idol at 8 o'clock.
Desperate Housewives.
I was like, what, 8? And my mom and dad were like, come sit down and watch Desperate
Or
Housewives.
my dad would make me watch Leonardo DiCaprio. I was fucking actually terrified of this movie, Shutter Island. I think I have nightmares of that. Holy fuck, Sam. He made me watch it, and I had anxiety attack because there's one part where they're in an asylum and this old lady like turns to the camera. Yeah. She looks so fucking scary, and I literally cried. Like, Dad, what the like? I was 8, and he made me watch war movies, and like I hate war movies to this day.
Do you remember when he made us watch Troy?
He made me watch
Gladiator.
What's the one? With Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Oh my god, do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Top Gun.
No, D-Day.
Fuck that. I'm not never watching that.
No, I didn't like that.
Anyways, I mean, that wasn't deep, but what is a controversial opinion that you have? I guess that's kind of related to the vaccine thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Okay, I want to like suggest something to everyone, because like I know a lot of the time on our Mind Body Soul series and like just everything in general, we like get deep and we talk about like not rituals, kind of like our self-care rituals or our manifestation rituals and all of that. And recently I've realized that like for some people it may work, like laying it out 10 years in advance from now. But I've realized recently in my life that like if you set smaller goals, like you're more likely to reach them. And like I've always felt like pressure of people like, oh, where do you want to be in 5 years? Even 1 year, I'm just kind of like, fuck. Like literally 1 year from today, last year, September, I was still looking for my first job that I thought was going to be my be all and end all, and I no longer am even in that same industry anymore. So anything can happen within a year.
This is why I don't like this question, and this is why
I don't like it anymore either.
I used to be really into manifestation. I still meditate and like have my chill moments, but I don't like write down shit about like what I want now, because I get too anxious about like getting specific details, and if it doesn't happen, I'm kind of like, okay, what the fuck? And also, I just feel like you should just go with the flow sometimes of like your life, like, because it's, I don't know, like,
I think that you need to have a little bit of both. Like personally, I think that if I'm not working towards something, like some sort of goal, I get overwhelmed. Like I don't know what to fucking do with myself. Like I'll go like I don't know how you do that.
Like I obviously have goals that I work towards.
That's what I mean. Like this is what I recommend you guys do. If you guys are contemplating how to go about writing your goals, or just how to like kind of quote unquote manifest in general, this is what I recommend you do. Buy a whiteboard. Like I bought a white Bristol board, and I map out 1 month, 6 months, and 1 year. The 1 year is very broad. Like I almost like write a story. So like I'll take out a marker and I'll write a story. Like okay, 1 year from now I am 26 years old. It's September 2022, and I am blah blah blah, and I list out all the things that I'm doing. I am doing this, I'm doing that, and it's very broad. And like I know in the back of my mind, in my subconscious mind, that like that might not be exactly where I'm at. Mm-hmm. Like it's kind of like a broad thing to work towards, and then you work backwards. And then 6 months from now, where am I going to be at given that 1 year kind of general guideline? And 1 month from now, where am I going to be at given
that's good, but I also just feel like it's discouraging too, because sometimes like you might not have the means for that in a year, and then you look at your board and you're like, fuck, I really want to do this, but like no,
you can't think that way. You can't think that way, because if you think in a state of lack, then you're going to have attract. Lack thereof.
Yeah, I know.
Lack is what you attract if you think in a state of lack.
And also, if you think too much about something and you're like putting all your energy towards it, you also don't get it.
You have to have a happy medium. You can't be. There's a difference between being expectant and being obsessive. Like I expect in 1 year from now I will have da da da, or I will be da 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 da.
Dude, that's really me. I'm obsessed with it, because on TikTok I'm like, repeat this mantra. I'll repeat it. I'm like, yeah, I repeat it. Like, but I'm repeating it in a sense of like obsession, where it's like I want it now. I don't want it to come to me naturally. You know what I mean? So it'll be like Ching 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 goes money tree, whatever the fuck that mantra is.
Go. Ching, ching, ching goes a money tree.
Yeah, that one. I would say it, but like I wouldn't actually mean it. Like I don't know. But
no, but that's what I mean. Like, there's too much of an oversaturation of manifest this, fucking do this ritual, do that ritual on TikTok and social media. And that's why I'm saying I recommend doing what I just said. Get a white bristle board and just actually sit there. It took me 2 hours on a Saturday to sit there and be like, in this moment right now, what do I want in a year from now? I wrote it down and then I worked backwards.
Yeah.
And in a month from now, like by the end of November, I know, or 2 months, I know like kind of where I'm going to be at based on that yearly goal.
Yeah, that makes sense. To answer the question though, roughly 10 years from now, I'll be 32, 33.
I genuinely
I have
do
like
not
a blank
have an
fucking
answer.
space. Like working hopefully like at Nike or like a sports marketing firm. Not married, probably not with kids.
Okay, this is funny. Okay, we know we have a podcast, right? Mm-hmm. Think about the podcast.
Yeah, it's just like I don't like.
But just think about one area of your life. So I'm saying, think about the podcast in 10 years, not your like whole life, like the podcast.
But the thing is, I don't know what to expect. Like, I don't know what.
Just think, just like what could in 10 years from now a podcast, like what could?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. How would you answer that question?
I don't know. That's
okay.
fucked.
Exactly. It's like a fucking.
What podcasts have been going for like 10 years? Has Joe Rogan been going for 10 years?
Oh shit.
Okay, so in 10 years, I don't fucking know, bro.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Well, we'll see. I guess in 10 years.
In 10 years,
Check back in 10 years, guys, and in 10 years.
I don't know, bro. That's fucked. Okay, next.
This is gonna be the last one. We'll wrap it up here. Before it gets too lengthy.
What skill did you master when you were younger that you've forgotten since?
What skill did I master when I was younger that I've forgotten since?
I'm trying to think. A skill.
I hate this question too because I have no fucking skills. Like, no. When people ask me like your skills, what are you good at? What's the first thing that comes to my mind? Guess what I say?
Soccer.
Like that's all I fucking am good at. Legit. Like it's the only sport I'm good at. Okay. Story writing.
Yeah, you were.
I was really, really good at story writing. Like I want to write a book. Like I might still write a book.
About what?
I don't know. I want it to be like a poem book. Why are you laughing?
No, that's a good idea.
Like a book of poems or like.
Listen, I feel the exact same way. I feel like I'm not good at anything.
Yeah.
Like, what am I good at?
You were good at being a boss, like bossy.
Like, how is that a skill?
I don't know.
Okay, I want to do one more thing before we close off.
Ooh, that was a big one.
Okay, so we're going to play a game, and it's called... Fuck, please tell me I still have it. Oh, we're going to play a game called Finish the Jingle. Okay, so I'm going to say a jingle, and Fran needs to finish it. There's literally only 4.
Why do I have to do it?
Because you don't have any jingles prepared. Because I ain't tell you about this. This is a surprise.
Okay, go.
It's a surprise segment. Hurt in the car?
How did you come up with this? Call William Attar. 44444. Is it 444?
Yeah. Okay.
Like what?
That was pretty good.
I thought you were gonna say like a Christmas jingle.
No, like commercial.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually fucking dead.
Okay, ready? Next. Call 1-800-267.
2001. Alarm force. Dude, this from the 90s?
No, like honestly, it just popped into my head. Alex.
Who?
Okay, wait, this one's a short one. Alex Danana.
Alexandria. That one. Alexandrian.
Okay. 4-3. This is easy. 439.
Pizza Nova.
Okay. This, just guess where it's from.
Okay.
Always so good for so little.
Oh my god. Oh my god, what the fuck? Why do I not?
You definitely know this.
Oh, so good for so little.
Is
it that?
Don't look.
Tim Horton? No.
No.
Oh my god. Do you know it? Can you give me a hint?
No. You have to guess it.
Always so good for so little.
You like it. Don't look.
Popeye? It's not Popeye.
No.
What the fuck is this? Oh, give me a hint.
Soup.
Oh, Special.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, ready? Don't look.
I'm not looking.
Okay, these are fucking stupid. Like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
How do you know them?
Because I know my fucking my jingles.
I'm a big kid now. Come on.
Diapers.
Diapers.
Pampers.
Huggies.
Okay,
that's it. That's it. Like, that was good enough.
We hit the 30 mark.
Okay.
Anyways. All right, guys. Sorry?
What?
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the Mind, Body, Soul series. I guess it was just like more reflecting. Yeah, honestly, I said some shit that I would probably never say if you asked me like in person about the death thing. Like, that would never come out of my mouth like on the regular. But
me either. I would never talk about that shit.
Or about like my fam. But you know, we're keeping it real, keeping it cento all the time. So.
And we're slowly trying to talk about more of this deep shit. Like, we want to do it once in a while and kind of peel back the layers. It's obviously hard because like we're talking to each other right now, but like in the end, like other people are listening to this, so it's like kind of awkward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we're getting over it. So hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to check it out on YouTube. And yeah.
Why did your voice just?
I don't know. It always fucking does that at the end.
Always check it out on YouTube.
Good peace.